A lot of you guys have a huge stick up your ass, and God is just waiting for you to start surrendering so she can finally pull it out of you. I have this wonderful trinket. It's called a Smisky, and you know why I love this one specifically? Because he is putting his big boy pants on. And guess what? I'm going to teach you today how you can do that spiritually. How can you put your big boy, big girl pants on spiritually? How you can finally just remove that huge stick up your ass. I think something that we don't really talk enough about is the beautiful art of surrendering, guys. And I think nothing can come close to surrendering. No manifesting ritual, no spell, no nothing can come close to the power of surrendering. And this is a hill I will die on, because I feel like I have surrendered the most wild, interesting, crazy, hardest, but also most exciting experiences of my life. I've always surrendered that to God, to the universe, to the divine, for the past few years, basically. And this is a practice I've been in and out of for, the past couple of years. And recently, I have just been like, it's been creeping back so much in my life again that I just wanted to make a video about it and how you can do it. So let's say you are a very stick up your ass kind of person and your bike just got stolen, you know? And you're like, oh my fucking God, like, how do I get from A to B? Like, I don't have a car, public transport is bad in my city, this is just an example. And you're like, what do I do? Like, I feel so much rage because somebody had the guts to just steal it, Like, why is the world only full of bad people? Why did this happen to me? The universe is out to get me, blah, 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 blah. Stop. Stop. We need to realize, and I talked about this a while ago, we need to realize that not everything is personal. And if it is in some way personal, best believe it's probably just karma from a past life, because maybe you stole a bike from somebody in your past life and the karma is just coming back to you. But it is nothing personal. This is the first step, you guys. You need to realize that everything that happens in life, you cannot take it personal, because it really has nothing to do with you. That person who stole your bike, do you think that they thought about the person who owns the bike or something? Or like, how will they feel when they see it's like stolen and stuff? Like, no, they don't care. They're like some maniac, they don't care. But maybe they also stole it to like get money for their like very poor family. Like, we don't know. This is just a very small example of basically everything in life that is asking you to just surrender it and not take it personally, especially when it comes to relationships, whether that's platonic or romantic. I feel like our ego gets so in between us and the art of surrender when it comes to relationships. So let's also say a certain relationship didn't work out. Why are you blaming yourself for that? Or why are you taking it personally? Because sometimes you are just not the right person for somebody, and they are not the right person for somebody, and you are not meant to share this divine dance together, right? And that is just at the root of it, There's nothing too deep, nothing too much. You are not too much, like, you didn't disappoint, you didn't do anything wrong. Like, sometimes things like that just happen, And I need you guys to start surrendering those things. We can no longer take things personally, especially if we have an empathic nature. I want to tell you guys a little story from my life about surrendering, which was honestly a huge moment and made me anchor into that surrender even more. So there was one time I traveled to America. It was my first like solo travel experience that is like very far away. So I was not really nervous, because I just have this thing, like I don't get nervous about traveling. But this one definitely shook me up. Like, it shook my world up. I was like, oh my God, like. So basically what happened was I was checking in, and it took me much longer than expected. And meanwhile, I was checking in. The suitcases were already being provided, like downstairs, if you know what I mean, Like, after the flight, like, they put out the suitcases on those like rolling things and stuff. So that was already occurring. Like, at least 1 hour before, and I was still checking in, and I was like, oh my God, what am I gonna do? Like, this is a huge airport. I feel like I'm gonna lose my suitcase. And the plot definitely thickened because when I finally was done with the checking in and registration, I walked downstairs, and I kid you not, guys, I see this ocean of suitcases. Like, it was not like, I've never seen so many suitcases before. Like, there was an entire hall and it was just full of everyone's suitcases. Like it was a vibrant, colorful ocean just of suitcases. I was walking down the stairs and I saw it and I was like, okay, God, divine, it is your suitcase. It is not my suitcase. It's yours. It's in your hands. If I'm meant to find it, please show me the way. I surrender it completely to you. So I thought that in my head, like like a very strong prayer in that moment, because it had like my whole life. My whole life was basically in that suitcase, and I was like, oh my God. And I walked down the stairs. The first suitcase that I see right next to the end of the stairs, guess what? It was my suitcase. I was so shocked. I feel like certain things start unfolding beautifully and the way they're meant to be once we stop clinging onto the outcome we think we need in our heads, and once we just surrender the entire process to the divine, right? And this is where the big boy pants come in, guys. This is, I feel like, what a lot of people are missing these days is just the surrendering, because we cling so much to everything in life, you know, relationships, our standards, like for ourselves, you know, our routines, our career. And sometimes deep down, we know that there are things that are far more valuable for our soul, yet we don't pave the way because we cling so much onto the ideas that we have created for ourselves. And therefore, we don't see this beautiful experience of life as a dance, but we rather see it as something that needs to be controlled by us and by our hands and by our grip. We think we have a very strong grip on life, especially when we hold on to things and cling on to them, but it doesn't make a change, because that's another thing I want to talk to you guys about. Whether you cling or not, it is still not in your hands. Let's say you're clinging onto a relationship, right? If it's not meant to be, it's not meant to be, and it will inevitably end, and the clinging will just make it worse for you. Let's say like you're clinging onto the idea of becoming 120 years old, you know? But for some reason you die at like 99 or something, you know? Or you are so focused on becoming that one thing job-wise, you know, and you want that one career path, and you are so clinging onto that, but deep down, you know, there's so much fighting, so much resistance, and God just has a completely different path selected for you. And as I said, you know, you have this huge stick up your ass. And God is like, oh my God, like, when is she gonna take it out? You know, when's he gonna take it out? You are so focused on the idea of becoming somebody that you were never meant to become in the first place. Every step of the way that you go down this path where you know it's not meant for you, the divine is like trying to shake you and be like, honey, why? You know, like, what's going on, you know? Like, I feel like sometimes we just need to know that all of this, it's a dance. And there's this great quote that goes like, you can either do it like it's a huge race, or you can do it as part of the dance. Your life is a cosmic dance made out of love, inspiration, and God is asking you, she's banging on the door, asking you, what is your true calling, you know? And if you don't know that, it is time to start surrendering. All that we do not know, we shouldn't try chasing the answers for that. Instead, we should start being open to receive the answers because they're all around us. I need you guys to realize that we all have visible and invisible forces of love, of beautiful intentions surrounding all of us at all times that are dying to support us and help us pull that stick out your ass. Another thing is you were born naked. You were born without anything at all. You were born as this blank canvas. And guess what? You will also leave as a blank canvas. You come with nothing and you leave with nothing. So therefore, nothing really belongs to you. Once you start realizing that deeply, you will stop taking things so personally. You know, when your phone breaks, or when something gets stolen from you, or when somebody breaks your heart, or you don't get that job offer you've been wanting so much. It never belonged to you in the first place. You owe nothing. And there's something so beautiful and profound in that. When your car is broken and you need to fix it, God owns the car. When you're looking for a new home, it's not you who really signs the lease, is it? It is all divinely orchestrated by God, by your higher self, by whoever you believe in. Who's really signing the contract? Who's really signing the lease? Who's really taking care of the car? You know, and sometimes, you know, let's say your car is broken, you need to fix it. You cling onto it so much, you're like, oh fuck, I need money to fix this, like I need to do this, I need to do that, like how can I fix this, how can I fix this, how can I fix this? And you put that stick even further up your ass. God is like, we need to collectively decide to surrender more. Put those pants on. By the way, guys, he glows in the dark. If that's not... Oh! That's not the coolest shit ever, I don't know. And I also recently heard that humans also glow a bit in the dark, but we cannot really see it with our human eyes, I don't know. So we are magical, okay? Anyway, guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. I love you. And I hope you have a beautiful day. And it's time to surrender. That's all I'm trying to say. Ooh, bye. Ooh.